So today we have Nash with us on this podcast, Beyond Epiphany. I get to know Nash from many years ago. Funny story, background story was, at one point in my life, he was my student. I was a lecturer. 6 months, was it? 6 months?
Yeah, one semester.
One semester.
Yeah.
And then the next semester, he was my trainer and I'm his student. And then it went on for a few years. That's how I got into the sports of CrossFit at that point in time.
Yeah.
And then getting into Olympic weightlifting as well.
Yeah.
And even during COVID times, try to get tips from him on how to build up myself when it comes to working out. So I've definitely known him for a while, and he's someone that has been working very hard behind the scene when it comes to promoting the sports of Olympic weightlifting as well, not just only as an athlete, but also someone who is pushing the platform for all the Bruneians. I think to get everybody to know Nash a little bit better, we wanted to know about how did you first get into fitness? Because I know you were from sports school, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how does it become a thing? Like, I will start my career in the fitness industry.
There was a point. So I like you said, I went to sports school. I played football full time, student athlete, until I was probably in the sixth form. So naturally, after the sixth form, I was no longer a part of sports school. So I had to do my own training. And that was the toughest bit. So I was trying to look for like a regime, a routine of fitness to supplement my football. So essentially, at the time, I was really low on confidence. I lost all of my, I just somehow lost all of my ability to like play football properly. So I just lose sense of myself, and then I wasn't training as consistently. So I looked for something to train. And then that's how I found my previous gym, which is 673 Fitness. So it used to be known as Reebok CrossFit 673. So I started off actually doing fitness, or exercising generally outside of football, because usually when I say exercise before, it's about playing football. Yep. So like, well, my exercise is playing football. But now when I went to Reebok CrossFit 673, that's when I started exercising. So that's when I get into fitness. That's how I know more about nutrition and all that stuff from all the coaches' guidance. And then when do I start making it like a career is, so essentially when Reebok CrossFit 673 opened here, I was a member. And then the owner was a white guy, Mike Mogart. Mike Mogart, he's American. So he opened another branch in Jerudong. He opened another branch in Jerudong, also led by his mentee. Yeah, you'd say his mentee, Justin Payne. So Justin was looking for a local trainer. And I happened to be a part of 673 for a while at that time, so probably like 2 years by that point. And then I live around the Jerudong area, and they're opening in Jerudong area. So naturally, they were like looking for locals that live in the area, knows the area. So that's the turning point for me. Like, like shoot, like I can be a trainer. But I think if I just pull back a little bit, it wasn't just because I live in Jerudong and also doing fitness. It was also because I really enjoy helping people. So, for example, when I was playing football before, I helped my juniors as well. So, train football. So that passion of like seeing people improve in playing football also helped shape me be the trainer I am today. So it just somehow at that age it already feels fulfilling to help people. So I think at that point when they were looking for a trainer, I was also helping other people at the gym, like giving them, I wouldn't say giving them tips, but probably like try to make them feel comfortable at the gym. And then my friends were also interested in what I'm doing. And I managed to pull some of my friends into the gym. Not all of them, but yeah, to me, in itself is an accomplishment. So to me, it feels like a fulfillment. So there's no other way for me forward other than being in the fitness space.
So would you say that it's kind of like a destined
Yes,
since young.
I think so.
Like
yeah.
you try, I think you tried something else, right? Like
Yeah.
you went into barista.
Yes, I went to a barista. I had a point where I was burning out coaching. So I was still coaching at the gym, but I was trying to find something else to, because at that point coaching had already consumed my life. So I feel like I felt the burnout lah. So I tried to find something else that I am also as passionate about. So I went into coffee, the coffee scene. So I went as a barista. Also, not because I was passionate about coffee. I like coffee, but I wasn't as passionate about it until I worked as a barista. I think I would say I was destined to be a trainer.
So that's what they say, right? When kids are young, make sure you choose what you want to surround them with, because it may end up being the thing that they will do for the rest of their life.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. I was lucky enough to be surrounded by good coaches. My parents are both teachers. So I guess, I don't know. I think, I would say, I'm destined.
Was there a point in time where you felt like, I would not go into a business of fitness because I enjoy it as an athlete, I enjoy it as a coach, but doing it as a business is totally different thing, right? You're putting up as an entrepreneur hat.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize, hey, I could really make this as a business and not just only as an athlete?
That's actually, again, to me, it just happened so naturally. Like, I was already offered a part-time coach at the 673 Jerdong. So the other branch was 673 Jerdong, CrossFit 673 Jerdong. Now 673 Jerdong. Now ClubStbl. Now I own it. And to me, it just falls in naturally. So right at that point, I was still a part-time trainer. And then the then owner of the gym, Justin Payne, was moving away. So Mike Mogart, who owned 673 Umbrella, was looking for someone or a manager who can take care of the gym. And then I was already there. So naturally, he offered that position to me. And I was just finishing school from LCB.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was looking for a job. And I don't remember if I offered myself or it was him who offered me. But to me, there was no other way that I am not in this space. Like if I'm not with 673, I could be with anyone else. So to me, being with 673 was just a natural thing to do. And I was not a personal trainer then too. So when I took over the manager job, that's when I started doing the personal training area. So at that point, I was really confident with my coaching. I was really confident in my ability to help people. So I think probably when I took over the full-time manager job / personal trainer, that's when I feel like, oh wait, like I can actually do this as my job.
Yep.
Yeah. So obviously, turning from a part-time coach into a full-time manager of the gym, the pay is significantly more. So that's when I feel like, oh wait, like do I have a job already?
Yes.
So like this is it. Like this is like what I have always wanted to do.
Then making into a business where you need to put on your entrepreneurship hat, right? You're definitely looking at different things already, right?
Yep.
Last time you're looking at the performance of the athletes, the performance of your mentees or your clients, but now you're overseeing the whole operations, whether it is marketing, finance, and all those things.
Yep.
Was it an easy switch, or was it something that you felt like, I'd rather do coaching and leave the business side of things to someone else?
Yeah, it's never an easy transition, I would probably say. Like, yeah, sure. When I took the full-time job, I just finished my H&D. So I had some business background that I know of, but I don't think I use it properly.
It must be because of the lecturer. The lecturer was not doing his job.
It must be the lecturer's fault.
Yeah, I wonder.
He was teaching us tax instead.
I don't know who's the lecturer who's tax.
He was teaching us business tax instead. So, yeah, it wasn't an easy transition. I had to learn on the go, I would probably say. Yes, I have some background with the help of my wife right now, Liana. She also has some business background. But Justin Payne, the previous owner of the gym, also, in a way, probably exposed me to some of the business side of the gym. So he would tell me that this is how many members we have in a month. Next month, what should we aim for? So something like that. So that was the bits of the business that I was in when I was a part-time trainer.
Would you say that Justin, in a way, was not just only a business owner, he was not just only a coach, but he also played a role of a mentor?
Yes. He's a very big mentor in my life. And Justin helped me a lot in terms of how do I hone my coaching style, and then what are my weaknesses as a coach. I would probably say some of the things that I do today in my business are also what he advises me to do as well.
Okay. So now as a business owner of Stable Club, what has been the biggest challenge in terms of like running a gym or running a... How would you classify it? Because the fitness industry is huge, right? There's a lot of things in it. So how do you position yourself? Is it like a gym owner, or is it like an athlete's... How do you position yourself?
So like I have different hats in different situations, I would probably say. At the gym, I am always going to be the gym owner first. Gym owner / coach first. And then athlete second. But when it comes to my sport, which is weightlifting right now, I am an athlete first, and then I was the gym owner. So I wore different hats on different situations, I would probably say. And that's not necessarily an easy thing to do. I also do not train at my own gym because I will start thinking about, why is that not clean? Like I haven't done my accounting yet. Imagine training at the gym and also worrying about how annoying that thing is. Like, why is it not clean? Or like,
why are we having more cats today?
Yeah, why are we having more cats in this gym? So things like that. I would probably say, I wear different hats.
What would be the main challenges as a business owner right now?
So to me, the main challenge right now in business alone is trying to get people into the gym. So that has always been, even before I was a gym owner, that has always been a challenge in itself. So it's about trying to get people into fitness without all the noise that they've been hearing. So my job as a gym owner is to filter out fitness as much as I can and personalize it to the person that I'm serving.
So are you saying, let's say today, I want to be fitter, but the noise that you're referring to would be the doubts or the assumptions that it's going to be hard. There's so much thing that you need to know.
Yeah.
And by talking to you, you will just make me feel like, don't think too big, start with the next step first.
Yes.
How can you get that in? How you get that in?
Yep.
Isn't that more of a role of a coach, a trainer, rather than a business owner?
I think it's a fine line, I would probably say, because when you're a coach, you cannot help think of the other person. So like you cannot help but be more empathic towards the other person. And I feel like that's a trait that's very important as a business owner as well. So you not only just want to make your sale, but also you want to try to understand them as a customer first. So what you picture fitness as a person might not be what that other person picture fitness as too. So my view as fitness could probably be something along the lines of, okay, I want to lift as heavy as possible. Like I want to lift 2 times my body weight. And that's also the athlete in me. Saying to myself, like if I lift this much, then I am doing fitness. Like I'm fit. But the other person could be viewing fitness as a different thing. So for example, for yourself, like doing fitness right now is all about my family.
Being active.
Being active is an obligation to myself as a family.
The reason I'm asking this is because one of the traits that I really admire you about is you're able to manage that line very properly. I would imagine if you don't own the gym, it's slightly easier because like if I don't make the sales, there's no new membership.
Exactly.
It's my boss' problem, not my problem.
Like if I was working for the gym, then it's my boss's problem, like not my problem.
So it's easier for you to say, I will give you the best value. But now that you are also the business owner, how do you convince yourself, or how do you like keep a very level-headed, like, okay, going in, I'll just focus on giving the value because they may get the best value from you,
Yeah.
and yet they might not sign up.
Yeah.
And it's like, Nash, thank you so much for all these things. I love it. Great. But the next thing you know, they're working out another gym already.
Yeah. I think that's always the hardest. That's always the hardest thing to do. But I feel like I've built enough callous to like not get offended, because at the end of the day, it's people's choice. You know, like you cannot make people do what you want them to do. It's always gonna be what they want to do or what they need to do. So I think it's, as a business owner or as a gym owner, it's our job to find out what actually they want. So like, what kind of value do they view high of? Like, what is priority right now? So yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Like, okay, I offer you all these advices and all that stuff, and then now off you go doing other stuff that I told you to do, but with someone else. I think I learned that is a, what do you call that? They call it the scarce mindset, right? So something like that. So it's too scarce when in reality that there are other people who actually wanted my help. So right now, I always offer anyone who comes into the gym the best value that I can. And then it's up to them to make the choice themselves. But also at the same time, I also want to make it a point that I know what are the things that they value of.
I think that is a very good point, that it's not just only for yourself. I felt it for myself as well. I'm doing trainings and you're doing consultations. And sometimes you feel like, okay, after all this, like you really want to give the best. But when times get slightly tougher, end of the month, we need to pay the bills and all this thing comes in, you still have to talk about the realistic side of things, right? And you ask yourself, wow, have I been too good of a person?
Yeah.
And it goes out to all the people out there who are doing their own things as well, right? And hearing it from more people that it is the right thing to do to give the value, I think gives us the confidence that we should continuously do this thing.
Yes.
I think it helps us to build a little bit more. I want to tap more into a little bit more like struggles, the challenges that we face in managing a business, but also trying to balance out with yourself being an athlete, representing the country financially and all this as well. But we'll go into that right after we take this short intermission. If you like what we're doing, remember to click on the like button so that we know that you actually like our show, and we know that you continue to like us for the future. And when we see you liking our show, we will do more shows that you like, so that in the future you can click more likes. Right? Remember? Like. Back to the show. Right, we're back. So let's jump back into the question earlier on. We know a little bit more about as entrepreneurs, but the interesting thing is that you're also an athlete. Can you tell us a little bit more about the challenge that you are facing right now as a athlete, but also trying to manage a business at the same time?
There are definitely days where I have to make a decision whether do I want to be an athlete today or should I take that client? There's always that choice on some days.
Yep.
But I feel like as an athlete right now, I'm at that point where I no longer have the pressure, or I no longer feel the pressure to train as hard as I can, because I know with a coach, I know what I needed to do already.
Because you also have a coach who is guiding you right now, right?
Yes. So having a coach as an athlete also helps me stay grounded.
Yep.
Because if I don't have a coach, I will start doing everything. I'll start doing training every day or everything like mindlessly, just because I needed to train. But now having a coach, having his guide, shout out to Julius, Coach Julius. He also understands me not as an athlete, but also as a business owner myself. So he knows that my time is also limited, and with the amount of time that I have for training, he will always try to give the best value for time of my training. So even though my training is like an hour, he will always give me an hour worth of training. And then as a business owner, as a coach, I also have to make a decision where if I train and then there's another client during that slot of time, who do I prioritize first? So this has always been a hard line to draw. So I think I still don't have that line. So like at the start of the week, I will always know who are my clients at this time, or when do I train So I have a training slot and I have a training slot. But also in the name of convenience, my client can also change their time slots based on whatever they feel is best. Because that's what I want to try to offer, convenience. So me as a personal trainer, it's always my priority to be convenient to my client.
And I appreciate you saying that out, is because I think this is something that we don't talk much about, right?
Yes.
When it comes to business and all those, we try to talk about all the good things only, like all the glory days, all the wins that we have. But I think we have a lot fair share of struggles and all this as well. Like, it's a very realistic questions, right?
Yeah.
One that pays you money, and the other one that
doesn't.
you're paying money to.
Yeah,
to get better.
So to me right now, I think I remember talking this to my coach, like, oh, why do you think you cannot train more? So like I said, I told my coach, look, Julius, like, I love competing, but in order for me to compete, I also have to make the expenses myself.
Correct.
And these expenses doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from me doing my job. So I have to do my job at a certain time, which is why I cannot commit my training to it as well. So it's a vicious cycle. I need to make money to to spend it to competition, and also come back here and then make more money so that I can compete more.
What's in weightlifting that is drawing you in, keeping you in?
I think right now you it's not about there's just something about weightlifting to me that is fulfilling to myself. So like the fact that I'm able to do things that I am not able to do like a few months ago. The feeling that you are able to get only when you're competing, the adrenaline, also the social part of it, which is, meeting new people. Because I am also a coach, to me, going to a competition is also about nitpicking the brains of the coaches around the area, around weightlifting. So to me, it's also an opportunity to grow as myself in weightlifting. There's this one occasion where I was stuck with my coaching. So during coaching, there's always been this time where you program workouts for your athletes. So we call this the programming side of it. So I once got stuck in my programming side, and I feel like I was just out of it. Like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think for the life of me on how do I improve this program of my client. And then at that slot, my programming slot was already done. But I was not finishing my work, so I had to go training. So I was like, okay, I'll forget about this. Let me go and train. And then right after I train, that's when all the creative juices started flowing. So to me, so that part of weightlifting is what helps my career as well as a coach. So me being active or me being an athlete also helps my creative juices or my what do you call this? My career flow as well. So it complements each other to me. So if I was just coaching, I don't think I'd be as successful as I am when I'm also an athlete. So to me, these two really overlap.
I see it as more of you find your life purpose kind of thing, like the mission is there. It's just Nash that I'm seeing right now, but this is an amazing guy who focus on doing things that he like, whether it is on weightlifting, whether it's on running businesses, whether it's on coaching other people. All the values just align themselves. It's all about self-development. It's all about trying to be better than who we were yesterday. Like every day, if I can become better, that's good. And if I can be better, I hope I can inspire others to become better as well.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
definitely,
the mindset that you have. You were talking about the business side of things, right? The finance and all those.
Yeah.
Can you give us some ideas? What numbers are we looking at to fund yourself so that you can continue on this expensive hobbies?
This expensive sport, expensive hobby.
Because I knew this because you told me about it.
Yeah.
And I was shocked. Because I never knew that you actually have to pay to be able to participate, to compete. I was like, to compete, of course, you should be able to compete at any point in time, right? But you actually have to pay to compete. So can you tell us a bit more, like for someone who may be thinking about, I want to be like Nash one day, I want to compete. Let them have that reality check first, right now.
Check, Honestly, right now, I don't look at the accounting as much because it's my wife who does it. So she does the accounting. But I also know some of the values. So if you're planning to compete, you're looking at the entry fee. And the entry fee also includes, so in weightlifting, it includes anti-doping fee. So that means an anti-doping officer will come in if ever you need it to be checked for drug use or whatever. They will check you, but it's based on random checks. You also have to spend for accommodation. So during competition, you have to stay at the hotel that the organizer tells you to stay in. They will tell you to only stay in these hotels. And then each night, depending on the level of competition you're in, you have to spend $200 per night.
It's like BND.
BND.
Per night.
Per night.
And how many nights you need to stay there?
So there's a minimum night.
It's not a maximum, there's a minimum stay.
They have a minimum stay. So you have to stay at their hotel for 3 nights.
So that's like 600 just for accommodation.
That's 600 for accommodation. So I'm talking in USD, yeah? So entry fee is like probably 300 USD. And then another 200 per night at the hotel, USD.
So that's 600 USD.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
And you also have to know how to get there. So you have to buy a plane ticket. So the plane ticket, depending on the destination, is also upwards of 400 USD, something like that, or more. It could be more.
Okay. What else do you need to pay?
Well, you also need to have some kind of pocket money, right, when you're there.
Okay.
So when you stay at the hotel, yes, they pay for all your meals. So they pay for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But mind you, these are hotel food. You can only eat so much hotel food. So obviously you need some pocket money to spend outside of that. So if you want, so obviously for us, you want to experience the culture there.
Yes.
So you want to try their food. You want to go to places that tourists go.
Like a side quest already?
Yeah, like a side quest. Yeah.
So that's like maybe another
So another 500 USD.
Okay, so that's 2005. You have not completed yet.
No compete yet.
Okay.
No compete.
Okay. What else do you need to pay?
So
uniforms, shoes, and all those things.
So uniforms. Usually in weightlifting, when you make one uniform, it lasts for like a while because you don't really use your uniform during training. So whatever you make, like I made my uniform like 3 years ago, it still lasts me until today.
Just make sure you stay the same size.
Yeah, make sure you stay the same size.
Okay.
So so in weightlifting, it's about weight class, right? So you have to stay in the same weight class.
Okay.
Otherwise, you have to make a new singlet lah. So we call it the singlet, our suit. So depending on the competition as well, you might or might not attend a training camp.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who
So
organized a training camp?
So training camp usually are organized by our own coach, or it's the result of him working with another association. So he will make a deal with another association, another weightlifting association, or another coach.
How much do you need to pay for the camp?
So that's a good question. So if in competition you have to pay like 200 USD per night, at the camp you probably have to spend like another $100 USD per night.
Is that minimum?
Yeah, that's the minimum. That's the minimum.
Minimum days?
The minimum days, it could go up to 2 weeks. You're literally spending for your training camp, and then you have to spend for your competition as well.
So that's about 4,000 USD even before you started lifting anything.
Yes.
4,000 to have that 6 white lights.
Yes, 6 white lights. Oh, well, 9. 9 because it's 3 lifts. Oh wait, no, it's 2 lifts.
6. Yeah.
It's 2
So
lifts.
in case you guys are wondering what that is, that's something that I learned from Nash. You're going for Olympic weightlifting, you have snatch, and then you have clean and jerk. For every movement, you have 3 times to lift it.
Yeah, to have 3
so
attempts.
white, the moment you see a white light, it means it's a good lift.
Yes.
You see a red light, it's a bad lift.
Yes.
So only a good lift is counted towards your final score. So you pay 4,000 USD, hoping to get that 6 white lights. And this is hoping that there's no injury.
Yes, hoping there's no injury.
Correct, right?
All hoping. So which brings me to like, okay, you have to pay for insurance.
Yeah.
You have to pay for your travel insurance too.
Yep.
And they're not cheap, right?
Yep.
So that's an additional cost.
It sounds so expensive.
Yeah.
It's like, you thought weightlifting is cheap? No, it's expensive.
No. Yeah, you thought weightlifting you just need a barbell and a
some
barbell and
weights.
plates, and some weights. No, you need a lot more than that. But honestly, going to World Championship, paying for what we are paying, it's worth it. Why? Because they treat us as kings and queens at the World Championship. So it's worth it. But the dent it made, I would probably say I'd spend it on something else. So yeah.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, I think it's worth it. I love weightlifting that much that I am willing to spend that much. I mean, right now we are national athletes, right? So when it comes to being a national athlete, you want to do the best for your country, and sacrificing the best for anything less is just not an option. So I always put it on the line when it comes to representing the country. So it's never been like my second best. It's always been my best effort. So to me, yeah, it's worth it.
I don't know whether it's too early to ask this question, but do you see yourself ever retiring from competing?
Oh yes, definitely.
Is that like a golden age? Like after you pass this age, you might not. You know, like footballers. After you hit like mid-30s.
There's always an age where
the performance drop.
Yeah, the performance drop. But based on the people who have retired from their sport, you'll know when it's time. Right? Like you'll know when it's time to say, okay, I'm done. But to me, I don't see that point yet. So like I'm far from that point. Like I still have something more to prove.
How many good years do you think you still have left in the tank?
I think if I am healthy enough, I'd probably be lifting another 10 years.
10 years.
So 40 is probably an age. It's not a target, but I feel like I have 10 more years in me.
But so 10 more years of telling, hold on to that car.
Yeah, hold on to that car. Hold on to that, I don't know, PS5, you know.
Hold on to the iPhone.
Yeah, hold on to the iPhone. GTA 6, yeah. As long as GTA 6 is not out yet, I'll be good.
Because it's something that is it's not an easy decision.
Yeah.
Like especially when we look around our peers, everyone is improving their lifestyles and all this, and you're making obviously a huge sacrifice for something.
Yeah.
That is bigger than you. You know, it's way bigger than just a sports, a nation. It could be an inspiration for someone else as well.
Yeah.
Taking that also means that you have to put everyone else before your need. Like even before your family needs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like how do you make that decision?
I think it's always gonna be prioritizing, right? So like in terms of like finance, we've always set a number that we needed for the month, and then what are some of the expenses that we needed, and then what are some of the expenses that we don't need. So I think we found that line already, or that number that we need to live comfortably for now. And also at the same time, we also needed to know how much the business needs from us as well. So obviously how much the business needs from us will also differ from stage to stage. So right now we're still, well, I would say because we rebranded, we're still in our founding stage. So we're still making our groove, but I wouldn't say we are starting from 0-0. So we still, because of the previous experience, we've got some things going on already. So I would say some things are automatic, but some things still needs our attention. I mean, I don't know. If you ask me, how do I do it? I think it also comes back to being an athlete myself. So my coach has always been a big advocate for mental health. So it's always been trying to define the line between what you can control and what you cannot control. So usually people get so frustrated over things that they cannot control. And that's usually frustrating because you have no control about it.
Yep.
So if you cannot control it, then there's nothing you can do about it.
That's the logical side of it.
That's the logical side.
But us will always be thinking, I think I can do something so that I can influence it.
I can influence it, yes. So to me, so that line of what I can control and I cannot control has what's been helping me make decisions. So like, can I control this? If so, what can I do? If I cannot control this, then most likely there's no other answer but just to let it go, right? But yeah, so it's just about what I can control and not control. So right now I can control most things in my life. So like obviously in terms of like financial, in terms of like my family, me and my wife, in terms of my business, some things are definitely in our control. But some things, people walking out of the gym, people walking out of our business, clients not continuing, not being able to fund for this competition, not being able to go to somewhere, just because of I cannot control it. Then I learn to let go. I'm still learning to let go.
Definitely, you have not told me about this, but I noticed it, and this is something that I wanted to do as well. Is every time when there's a competition, sometimes we know that the financial aspect is a huge thing of it, and there is fundraising dance and all this as well.
Yep.
For those who may not know about this, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about the fundraising activities? Because I think it's a good time for people to get to hear it.
So before any competition, I think in 2022, I think it began in 2022. My wife and I had a dream of going to the Olympics, 2024 Olympics. So the only way that we can go to the Olympics is by going to the mandatory competitions, right? So like we try to put ourselves out there as much as we can. So we try to go to the competition that is mandatory. So if you want to go to the Olympics, there are a set of competitions that you have to attend to. So the fundraising begins with this idea of us trying to fund ourselves to the bigger competitions so that we can go to the Olympics. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because during the Olympics in 2024, weightlifting got cut off. So the quota of the athletes got cut off. So only the top 10 in the weight class can go to the Olympics. So obviously we weren't in the top 10. But the whole fundraising idea was that. So we want to be able to like cover some of our expenses to go to these competitions. And we usually held our fundraising. So our fundraising classes are weightlifting 101. So essentially we teach people how to do snatches and how to do clean and jerks. Any fitness level, anyone is welcome. And then we charge them a certain amount, and this amount will go towards fundraising us to the competition. So usually there's one point where it was 3 months in a row where we had all the Sundays just for fundraising. And this fundraising class is at most 2 hours. Not including the socializing before and after. So it's like 3 hours at least, probably. So and then even then, with all those fundraising, the most that we covered for our competition is probably just 10% of our competition. The rest is still our hard-earned money.
That's something that I really respect, which is like you really work hard trying to make sure that you continuously able to continue what you love. About a lot of sacrifices in that.
A lot of sacrifices,
So anyone out there, if you're thinking about what can we do to help athletes who wanted to continue to chase their dream, I think the least that we can do is to check out on their social media at the moment, like Nash and ClubStbl. They have their fundraising classes and all this. There will be some more questions that we're going to head into, but before that, we'll get into a quick quick intermission. You can't change the world in 1 second, but you could make our life better with one click. What click? The subscribe button, so that we could gain more visibility and invite more guests to share their inspiring story on our show. So what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and we can get back onto the show. All right, welcome back. We talk about how you started, we talk about the struggles, we talk about the financial aspect. I think what I want to move into is, I think this is probably more of me wanting to know as well, and maybe others as well. How is it like managing a business with your wife?
I think we've been asked this question too before.
Some of you might not know, but this is the context, right? Your wife is your business partner.
Yep.
Both of you train together.
Yep.
Travel together.
Yep.
Compete together.
Yep.
And then when you get back home, you're still together. So you're spending 24/7
together. Literally. It's
like, I don't know, like, is this a dream come true for you? Like, oh, I get to find my life partner. Or was there a little bit of your part which you're like, wow, I wish there is like a little bit of my me time.
A little bit of space.
A little bit of space. Because it's hard to manage how do you manage this relationship to keep it healthy? That's what I wanted to know.
Wow, that's. I mean, we've been asked this question before, and I always go to the point where, which is true, that we complement each other. So even as a business partner, we complement each other. I'm more of the right brain of the business. She's the left brain of the business. So she wears her heart on her sleeves. And sometimes most decisions are very, very emotional. And I would be the one to come in and then just tone it down a little bit and make sure it's also logical for the business. So I feel like in that sense, my wife is great. She does all the accounting side as well. I do the physical side of the business, and we complement each other in that sense. So most of the decisions that we make are not necessarily what the both of us want, but also we've come to a point where we come to a middle ground with each other. So we always have a middle ground with each other. So if I'm not happy with this and she's happy with that, how can we make this situation to be a win-win situation? So it's not always going to be like, oh, it's my decision, not yours. So like, it's always been like, what can we do to make us both happy in this decision?
How do you get to that conversations? Because this is more like a conflict management already, right?
Yes.
But if you continuously compromise, it will come to a point where is this going to end? Why am I always the one compromising?
So it's always been honesty. So honesty has always been our, it's a big thing. We never really spoke about being honest, but we know we can be honest with each other. So how we come to that conversation, it's always been like expressing what we feel about a certain decision. So we're not afraid to tell each other what this decision of yours will make me feel. And then what that decision you make will make me feel as well. So, to me, it's just honesty. Like, just there's nothing wrong about being honest with each other.
Is there a moment where you guys have to get back home, right? And you're like, okay, cut, time out, no more business talk, no more business talk. Or even if you set the rule, right, no more business talk. Like one of you being so passionate about it, right, will still come and say, you know what, about that cat.
That's me.
About that cat.
That's me.
You, right?
That's me. So that's me. I always have this splash of ideas out of nowhere. Even like in the middle of lunch or in the middle of like dinner or before sleeping, I will start blurting out things about business. It'll come towards an awkward time, before sleeping or before we're trying to enjoy dinner or during a date even. So
you walk past a sports
equipment. Hey, we should get that. Yeah,
we should get that shoe.
So I'm that person, and then in that sense, when it happens, she will be the ones to like, hey, like this is not the time for it. Like write it down, and then let's do it at a better time. So she's always been that person to me. But when it comes to make a logical or emotional decision, it's always been me who tried to tame her down. But for like a splash of ideas or like just things, it will be her who tamed me down.
Okay.
We work with a sports psychologist and also a sports nutritionist. So our sports psychologist also helps us. Shout out to Fatin and Zima. They work at the SMRC. So we also have some things to work on our psychological side. So because we are both athletes and business owners or, a professional, we have to draw a line between when we should stop
being competitive.
Being competitive or being an athlete, and also when we stop being a business owner. So there's always a cut-off line. But we have been working on our sleep hygiene. And one of the things that we do as before we sleep is to not talk about business or not talk about our sport. So that's one of our sleep hygiene.
Okay.
So we try to make it a point by, like 10 p.m. before we sleep. No more business. You can watch TikTok and all that stuff. You can still wind down. It's our wind down time. So it's not the time to create ideas. It's not the time to analyze our sport or whatever. We just watch things for the sake of winding down. So that's why we refrain from watching anything weightlifting. We refrain from watching anything that's related to our sport. So like CrossFit. So we refrain from watching all of that. I mean, we still watch, some documentaries here and there, but it's just strictly to wind down. And so far it's been working. So it really helps us as well drawing the boundaries. Like, when do we stop? Like, because our brain is working 24 hours. Like, before we work with our psychologist, our brain is working 24 hours. Like, there's always some awkward ideas at an awkward time. And also, we try to separate our work area with our sleeping area. So that's also another sleep hygiene or what we've been working on. So what we, for work is for work. So we usually put it out of the bedroom. So in the bedroom is bedroom stuff. So like sleep stuff or like resting stuff. So work can never be in the bedroom. So now we have a designated office, not just at our gym, but also at our house. So that's how we handle our business/athlete life. So there's always a line to it.
I think it also extends to any marriage as well, any relationship as well, like the honesties and all this as well. Yeah, all the husbands out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. There are days where we don't agree with each other at all, and that's fine. It's not the end of the world. Like, we always have our own, because we're both athletes, we're both competitive, so we both have really strong personas. So we definitely butt heads each other. I'm not gonna say like, oh, we agree with each other. No, we don't agree with each other all the time. So
how do we settle the conflict? Let's see who can lift heavier.
So in a sense, yes, in a sense, weightlifting is our sanctuary. This is where we ground ourselves. So yeah, that's how we usually get in a level-headed with each other. Yeah, so we compromise that way, and then we talk about it afterwards when we feel better.
Okay,
so things like that.
Good. If you could pinpoint any quotes or any advice that someone would have said to you, like you live by this quote, what would that be?
This is quite hard, but only because I was talking about this to my wife. It was last night. I think it was about, it's something along the lines of, people don't remember what you do, but they remember how you made them feel. So I think, to me, that's true in every sense of the word. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. It really doesn't matter what you do, but it matters what you make them feel. So in business side also, and also probably as an athlete. So to me, that's the quote that I live by. Not only because it suits my business, because my business is all about service. So it's all about making people feel better, and also, like, you want to be in their shoes whenever you serve them. You want to be empathic to them, and yeah, that's the quote that I live by.
There's something that I always talk with my team or even with people that I know, which is finding the balance between passion, money, and time. Right. Ideally, we want to have all three together.
Yes.
Do what you love, make the money that can take care of the family, and we still have time to do whatever that we want.
Yeah.
That is in a perfect situation, and that's a vision that we want to get to. Let's say we can't get all three. You just have to give up one. Which one would you sacrifice out of passion, money, and time?
That's tough. Passion, money, and time. I would probably give up my time.
Because you need the money to fund the passion that you have.
Yes, because I will find time doing what I'm passionate at. To me, any time doing what you're passionate at is a time worth spending. So I would give up my time to do what I'm passionate about.
There's a quote that we're going to put it out by Nash. I think that's a good point of view, because I always thought about time for something else, to do somewhere, to be at where you're at.
Yeah.
But I think I failed to look at it where, if you're really enjoying what you're doing, that is probably your solitude.
Yep.
Right? There's a time where you find peace in peace as well.
Like right now, I'm passionate doing not just weightlifting, but also the business side of it. My business also revolves around weightlifting. So it also revolves around performance at the gym, and also performance of the person itself. So yeah, and then I'm also I love the time that I have with my family right now, or with my wife. No matter how much time we get, it's still a time we're spending, even though we're doing what we're passionate.
We're trying to build the traditions where we get a guest from the last show to ask a question, not knowing who's the next guest going to be at. So we actually ask him for a question. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing as well. Not knowing who's going to be the next guest,
Okay.
What is that one question that you wish to ask?
The next person. Double it and give it to next person again. That's a really hard question. I would probably ask, what would your perfect day be like?
What would your perfect day be like? Okay, good.
What would your perfect day be like?
Let's go on. Okay, we got it down. We're gonna give it to the next guest. And now we're gonna tell you what the previous guest asked. How would you define success?
Okay. How would I define success? I think to me, success is the freedom of time. So the reason why I asked that question is because if I was successful, I would be able to use my time however I want. So my success will be the freedom of time. And I wouldn't say I'm successful right now, but I'm still working towards it. So to me, if I were to have the freedom of time, I would be able to spend time with my family, doing my favorite hobby or favorite passion, and also run a business without me running it. With me actually being an owner, not really running it, and do any other stuff that I have always wanted to do. To me, that's the freedom of time, like being able to do with whatever I want with it. That's how I would define success.
I don't have this plan, but based on what you say just now, this is gonna be the one last thing. And then we'll ask, let's say this podcast managed to last longer than we expected. I hope I can continue to do this podcast because it's something that I think I find joy in, talking to people. Let's say 2 years later, we come back again, hopefully in a different room, hopefully with different setups.
Yeah.
And then we have you as a guest again. That will be Nash for 2 years later, right? How would that Nash look like?
I think Nash at that time would be a more confident coach than he is right now. Yeah, I think I would be a more confident coach and a better athlete then. That would be what I aspire to be in 2 years.
And that's it, everyone. That's our guest for this show, Nash, not just only an athlete, business owner, but I think more importantly, he is an amazing person to the community, amazing person to the family, a good husband to his wife as well. And we wish everything and nothing short of the best for his upcoming. And remember to check out on his IG, ClubStbl. Remember to have a look out for any courses they run, especially for those fundraising ones, because we are also trying to help people to chase their dreams. And if we can do that, I think it brings a lot more meaning to this podcast as well. Thank you very much, and I'll see you at the next podcast.
Oh, yeah. I have another question.
This one.
Max bench. That's a very offensive question. I don't do bench press. So in weightlifting, we do what we call the total. So we combine the heaviest snatch and the clean and jerk, and then that's what our total is. So my highest total to date is 230.
230. So 230, we'll pick a number. So these 3 digits, if we add it up, it will be 5. So you have 5 seconds to promote anything you want.
Please, if you're looking to improve your life, not just in fitness and also health, please come over to ClubStbl. Check us out at IG at ClubStbl.